everything's set up here. I got things looking crazy right now, right? Y'all give me a second. Let me get everything in order. Let me take off these headphones because I know y'all can't hear me well. Here we go. Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I know that was disgusting. Give me a second. Let me get the orders together, and I'm gonna be right back, guys. Let me just share this. Be coming in. Just give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Just sharing this. I gotta share this like this to get it out and everything. So only been live for 37 seconds, y'all. So give me a chance. All right. Sometimes y'all don't be trying to give me a chance. So I'll be like, yo, come on, shit. You know what I mean? Give my. Just give me 1 second. Appreciate that like, whoever just stepped in. Thank you. Give me one more. Hold on 1 second, fellas, ladies. Oh, that should do it right there. So what's going on, y'all? What's going on the check-in? Let's get something up in here, right? This look crazy right now. We ain't even got nothing in the space. What's going on, right? We looking crazy up here. I'm gonna talk about a couple of things. I didn't throw some things in the title, but they're gonna be talked about. You know what I mean? Trust me. I'm gonna try to make this a quick show because I don't be trying to stay on here too long no more. I found since I've been taking a break from this, I have like gained a lot of my own. I don't know what to say. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'll think of the word in a second. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I had a little call real quick. And take care of that. Yeah, nigga, I'm live, nigga. Check in. You heard? Word up. Check in. We live. I'm just trying to fix something real quick. I should have my new device, guys, in a couple of days here. I'm so glad to. Guys, give me 1 second. I got it. Okay, there it goes. If I don't do it a certain way, I'm sorry, guys. I should have my new device in a minute here. I'm just waiting for it, like literally waiting for it to show up or whatever and be delivered so we can get back to clarity. So I knew this already, and I'm gonna tell you how I knew this. If many of y'all don't know or whatever, I'm not proud of it, but I've done a prison bid before, 2 of them to be exact. It's not a fun ride. It's not at all. It's not at all. You find subtle things to make it easier, if you want to say for yourself or whatever. You know, getting into programs, whatever the case may be. But all in all, it's a rough ride. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about like a month, 2 months, or something like that. I'm talking about like, you know what I mean, a little stretch. Anything beyond a year is a stretch. And I can imagine someone in Puff's situation that has been, I mean, privy to a lot of things at his disposal for a long time. So, you know what I mean? I can understand why he would feel uncomfortable beyond the fact there ain't no catering, you know, the usual things that people would figure out, right? That makes sense, right? But more importantly enough, I think it's the fact of he's now a target. And let me tell you, let me explain to you what I mean by that. When I was at and I was at state prison. When I was at state prison, dudes would be targets because they come home from court. Oh, I said come home. They come back from court, and the first thing they would start doing is talking about their case. And people would tell them, yo, don't talk about your case, son. Don't talk about your case. Don't talk about your case. Unfortunately for Pup, I'm pretty sure he wasn't in there talking about his case, but what happened was something different. A lot of them guys, different from a state, a federal court, or excuse me, a federal jailhouse. A lot of them dudes just still going to court. They don't know if they come home or not. Even if they not come home, they still facing most of them 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. They facing them football numbers. So, with that being said, a lot of these dudes, they become envious if they hear somebody going home. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, or they think somebody going home, or they think somebody got off. Like they like, you know, basically, why not me? You know what I mean? Why not me? And that becomes the staplet for the. So even though everybody, y'all heard the story, everybody clapped for him when he came back and he beat it. Yeah, they was clapping for that, but at the same time, they was clapping because it was a sentiment for them to basically be like, yo, it can happen for me too. Does that make sense? So amongst that, I want to read y'all a couple of things or whatever, because you know what I mean. We have to, we have an we have an obligation. For real though, yeah. I mean, like if you ever been in there, niggas know. If not, then I mean, you wouldn't know. And that's the problem with these conversations when we talking about the jail, when we talking about the courthouse. A lot of these people ain't never like been involved in nothing. And that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing, really. That's a good thing. The baby killed in Walmart. No, you're not welcome here. Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna get off. I told you I've been. Walaikum Allah salah. What else? Some other dude in here. You Diddy. You know, regular cast of characters. Grown man. We're not gonna pay no attention to that. I'm gonna do something different. Homie said, "Yo, DMX, what's up?" That's what's up, B. So, Diddy tortured behind bars. Disgraced rapper suffering panic attacks as he fears being murdered or attacked by inmates. I can see that. Depraved rap mogul Sean Diddy Combs' life behind bars has been torture as he lives in constant fear of being attacked or murdered. The swagger is gone. He's broken. He's a broken wreck, says a source. He's been climbing the walls since the day he was thrown in jail, and it's worn him down to the point where he's a shadow of himself. He has panic attacks and has never had a single good night's sleep because he lives in fear. He walked into the prison thinking he would be a cult figure, but people treat him with contempt and think he's creepy Hollywood scumbag. The source says that Combs, 55, is convinced that the guards are out to get him and says he's getting all kinds of intimidating side-eyed looks from other inmates. He's barely eating because he says he's being starved and served maggot-infested food and treated worse than a rat, the source says. The bad boy CEO was accused of running a sex trafficking operation, blah, 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 which he beat that. His sensational trial ended with 2 convictions and 2 counts of transportation for prostitution, which carry a maximum sentence of 10 years per count. And that's all this reads right here. Oh, excuse me, no, it isn't. Meanwhile, Combs is pinning on all hopes of getting a pardon from President Trump. The 2 used to be friends back in the day. Yes, y'all did. And with Trump calling the hip-hop honchos good friends in 2012. But by the 2020 election, well, he messed up. Combs had changed his tune and said Trump should be banished. And he did that, Gipper too. Remember this. He did that because the pure simple fact, it was how can I say it, the associations and promises. Like any other, political campaign would do or whatever. He just messed up. That's all, Gipper. He just messed up. Having been so traumatized behind bars, he'd never been the same person again, the insider warned. He wants a pardon, but still should be careful what he wishes for because it will be hell outside as well, said a source, who points out that even if he gets one, Combs still faces numerous civil charges brought against him by the alleged victims. Yeah, that's true, and he does. But the fact is, if anybody ever been in a little pickle before, it's very easier. It's way easier to fight your thing outside than it is inside. Trust me on this. When you inside, you gotta depend on dates and circumnavigate around whatever the jails want you to have. So if they don't want you to meet with your lawyer, or it's a lockdown, or somebody got hit with a lock in the sock, or somebody got hit with a soap in the shower. Anything can happen. Somebody tried somebody in the shower, it's lockdown. Everybody's back to yourself. CO, yo, fuck you, CO. No hot water on the pot. This thing is a drag, son. I ain't have nothing to do with that. At least let me get my commissary. Commissary closed for the next 2 weeks. Shit is fucked up. You understand? So, in this particular jail, and I'm going to read you an article for it. Prior to Diddy even getting there, y'all don't live in the New York City tri-state area, so let me give you some background on this place. There was a story that came out one time, and I did a live about it, and I also did an upload about it to prove to y'all, because a lot of these people that were talking about it, they wasn't even in here in the New York City tri-state area. So let me concur and tell you what I was talking about. At that time, I was talking about, y'all gotta excuse me, I caught a little cold because the seasons are changing or whatever. And for anybody want to say, oh, he had that shirt on yesterday, this is not a shirt. This is what you call a shacket. You understand what I'm saying? This zip shirt, it's like a thick shirt or whatever starts turning full. So if y'all see me with this on multiple times, that's the reason why, all right? Like some people, they ain't get it. Anyway, before Puff even showed up there, before Luigi Gion even showed up there, what had happened was, it was something that was very interesting, where they had, and actually transcended into when he actually ended up in there, probably 3 weeks in, they had a lockdown of the prison. Guys, make sure y'all double tap the screen and hit the like button. I appreciate it if you would. They had a lockdown of the prison. What people don't understand is they thought that lockdown of the prison was because of Puff. Well, actually, it wasn't because of Puff. It was because of another inmate. And that inmate was part of a Brooklyn gang, from what the story tells, and I'll read that for you in a minute too. But I just want to give you an example. That particular inmate, I ain't gonna say his name, but he hired some people to try to handle a witness in Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? And these things happen sometimes. You know, I don't know anything about them, but they happen sometimes. And as a result, a woman was shot because they were shooting at somebody else and missed. So they came back to the prison, of course, to do the investigation. Found out some people were saying the guard had something to do with it or whatever. Unbeknownst to you guys in the public, something that happened also was they had also had this place is like not, and I'm not crapping on the people that live there because ultimately it's the federal government that handles everything down there, from the food to the upkeep, everything like that. They're supposed to come in and mandate whatever happens and allocate the money towards that. So I'm not blaming any of the staff down there, none of that. You understand? Don't get me confused. But the fact is, the place is kept up horrible. The food is kept up horrible. And people, it's an old facility. I've been down there. I've not only been down there, but I did a whole live down there, and I was spazzing on Luigi Maggione because he was able to raise $500,000 when Puffle wasn't even getting bail. Yes, you heard me correctly. This man was able to crowdfund $500,000. That's why I said when a motherfucker come here, tell me, why are you asking for donations? You better get out of my face if you ain't talking Luigi Maggione. Anyway, long story short, that's what happened there. So I'm gonna read y'all this article because I think y'all should hear it if you don't, because there's a lot of people like there's somebody in here wrote Diddy party. That doesn't even make sense anymore. You know what I'm saying? What you was hanging out with Cassie? Yeah, it's silly at this point. You know what I mean? Because like if you ain't got nothing that goes along with it. Once I was in the car with my homie and I remember he owed me more money, so I said, "Yo, well my money, dog." And he said, "Yo, let's start." Come on, man. These guys are freaking, yeah. The men on here. Thanks, B. I appreciate that. Another man on here. Yeah, you got to do better than those. You know what I'm saying? You got to do better than those. How Amaki go help him do that time? Help Alec. You can't even spell right. What's this one wrote? Slang and jagged. Yeah, that's the original. I'm sorry, guys. I was just reading some stuff. We have a whole bunch of like. I want to tell anybody that's here. We have a whole bunch of, for some reason specifically, perverted men that write some perverted stuff in the chat room. So, ladies, if any of that stuff bother you or whatever, just write in the chat room what you seen or whatever, so I can get them up out of here. Just seen your stream. Peace, everybody. I appreciate that. So, yeah, make sure you stick with it. So, I want to read this one article because a lot of people don't remember this article, or some people just choose to bypass some of this stuff. And so I wanted to make sure y'all understood where I was coming from. So MDC, I want to let y'all know what I'm talking about. Just give me a second, y'all. I'll give them my own advice right here. So that's why y'all see me doing what I'm doing. So I wanted to find this one article, and I had it before. Comes inside the prison, Saturday prison lockdown is rice riot. Yeah, and they try to say it was a race riot on the Daily Mail, and it wasn't even nothing like that. This is back in May 2nd, 2025. Oh, this was from something else. So there's always something happening in there. Like I'll give you this example. Here's one article right here. Sean Combs is incarcerated. Bed checks, monotony, I don't know what that means, and jailhouse lasagna. Sean Combs' hair and beard, once jet black, are gray now. Higher down is not allowed in the Metropolitan Detention Center. Breakfast is at 7 a.m. The exercise room has a yoga mat and a small basketball hoop. The communal space is in a dorm-style housing. He's been assigned and has ping pong and television privileges. There's a phone access that he has allowed him to speak to his rapper Ye, and also to children who on his 55th birthday serenaded him on speakerphone. Thank y'all for being strong. Thank y'all for being my side, Mr. Combs said in a video released to his family. The Brooklyn jail has drawn complaints over years as a place filled with mold, vermin, and neglect. I'll say it again. The Brooklyn jail has drawn complaints over the years as the place was filled with mold, vermin, meaning rats, and neglect, which the Federal Bureau of Prisons has promised to address. Just like I told y'all a few minutes ago. This is a federal issue. It's not even, what's the name? Federal Bureau of Prisons is totally different from state prisons. For nearly 7 months, its most famous tenant has been Mr. Combs, who is awaiting trial circumstances, blah, 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 blah. I want to read some more about the jail, though. We all know about that stuff. It's over now. But just by that little bit right there, and if you guys have never seen the prison itself, this is what it looks like. And there's a video on my page where I was actually there, and you guys will see it. Oh shoot, I can't. I don't think y'all can see it like that with the. Hold on one second, my fault. Let me take this off for a second, guys. Boom, then y'all can see it. That's the actual jail right there. So, as you can see, this is an old building. This is not a new building. I was reading the article off of this right here, but I just want y'all to see the actual building itself if y'all have never seen it before. And that's what it looks like there, huh? Yeah. So, as y'all heard in the article, for years, before he even got there, they were talking about mold, vermin, and everything else. It did not clean up and it did not straighten up just because Puff is there. Because he walked into that. You understand what I'm saying? And so did the other prisoners down there. And I found the article or whatever when they lied down to prison or whatever because of that other prisoner and what he was involved in. Sam Son said, I ain't never lied. Appreciate that. His other homie said, free Diddy. He gonna be living better than a lot of free people. You can go. Special treatment. Yeah, they said tell people getting special treatment in there. Some dude talking about you Diddy in here. You know what's funny? And I said this the other day. We're gonna talk about him too because there's no update about him. We were talking about Epstein the other day, and I had a whole bunch of people that came into my chat room. They wouldn't hit the like button. They were obnoxious and everything else, and they were cracking jokes when I was talking about Epstein. I notice when I talk about Diddy, everybody wants to get real serious and they're so offended. How come you're not offended by Epstein? How come you're not offended by the guy that shot up the church with those kids in it on their first day of school? There's a lot of things that I think a lot of people pick color and culture over as their highlight. Weinstein is back on trial. You understand what I'm saying? And so when I get people in here and they all with the Diddy stuff, you know what I mean? I'm just like, well, how come you ain't talking about Epstein the same way? You know what I mean? Yeah, I just don't, I don't get it, and that's why I know I regulated around. It seems like people want me, they want to put focus on Diddy, so we'll forget about the other dudes because it's embarrassing to certain other people. People, we got 300 people in here. Can you double tap the screen and hit the like button? I appreciate it. Free him. Word. Bias is crazy. I think so too. Why don't you spend your whole life being a victim and see how it works out? It's not about being a victim. I mean, that goes along with the conversation I was just having right there. We haven't spent our life being victims. I think you have a perception that people have their lives cloned as victims. I would really go on to say, you seem like the type, who was the one that said that fence guy? You seem like the type that if you were attacked, you wouldn't just tell the cops, oh, no, don't worry about it. It wasn't nothing. See, amongst Black and Latin culture, they're not going to scream to the police if they get into a fight like that or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? That's for one. Number two, white guys, a lot of them, especially punk white guys, not stand-up white guys, punk white guys, they always turn around, and I noticed this, they always want to hold on to dignity first. So dignity via the internet now is talking down on other races of people and using caricatures of black fatigue and things like that. Well, with that shooting the other day at the school, y'all were real mum on that. When these girls were sitting up there, I had literally had people, and it's still on my page. I literally had people come in here, specifically white men. One dude wrote Free Ghislaine. Another person wrote R.I.P. Epstein. Another person was writing Epstein's my brother. I took screenshots of this. You understand? So I definitely think not only is it specific tailored to make, even after his verdict has been reached, I think it's a specific tailored thing that a lot of people want to go after this man because of his color of his skin. And I have to say that. Every time that I talk about this man, I'm putting him up there, and he wasn't found guilty of nothing of the stuff that y'all were talking about. But for some reason, y'all have a burning sensation to go after Puff. But this whole week we're talking about Epstein, and especially in the African American and Latin community, y'all were numb and quiet. Shout out to Night and Day Network for sitting there and talking about this stuff. Shout out to a couple others, and it surprised me, women that were talking about Epstein too. I saw a couple of black women that were talking about it. You know, it's a couple of black women y'all won't even know, like my spiritual advisor, Danica Monique. Monet, who else? Crimson Cure. There's so many good women online that are talking good stuff. Come on, man. You ain't got a new one. Ain't nobody using the Timo thing no more. Your name's Scott Starber. Now I got to get in on him real quick. How long you been here? You been here for 3 years and got 1.9K subscribers. So you trying your best to be seen, huh? That didn't work too long, did it? That didn't work too long, did it? Yeah, we always got people like that. Don't worry about that shit. Hold on 1 second, guys. See what I mean? The men. There's something wrong with men in America nowadays. I don't know what it is, but it's like they all sit around and they're like forever 21 teenagers. You know what I mean? All these comments I have in here are condensed, in my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? In my opinion, of men that have been raised by women. They're position, they're not serious, you know. And I'm seeing other bloggers say the same thing. You know, I've got guys on here that have been on here for 15 years. What's going on out on the go? What's going on? Somebody was actually in the field right there. What's going on, B? Back at you, bro. You know what I mean? Harlem shit. But I just don't understand why so many men out here, yeah, too much sugar. Like if you look in my chat room, like I said the other day, there was man after man after man after man when we're talking about Epstein here. And the point is, okay, we got the women sitting here talking about what they went through at 14, 15, 16 years old, and everybody's numb and quiet. You understand what I'm saying? And the men that are coming in, now this is something that needs to be addressed. The men that are coming in, like this one right here, Diddy party. What was a Diddy party? Like this shit ain't even funny no more. You know what I'm saying? Like it was funny before the trial. I'll give you that. Y'all had something to run with and key. Now that the trial's over and reached the verdict, you look like a Todd. You know what I'm saying? You might as well jump online. Jump in it. Listen, I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna let you come in on the video. You can get up here and show everybody your wheelchair and know what I'm saying? Because that's how y'all niggas look, man. Y'all niggas is too old for that shit. Too old. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is old as fuck. Like it was the niggas, there's niggas that I be catching. They don't be thinking I'm gonna do that shit. And I'll be like, let's see how long you been on here. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you see how long they've been on here, the first thing you find out, they've been on here for 14, 15 years, like this one right here. You've been here for 7 years and got 22 subscribers. So you were like a veteran troll at this point. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so we got to start realizing and correlating that. I don't know if y'all understand. But ladies, if there's men, and I'm talking to the ladies and I'm talking to the real fellas, if there's men like this that will go along their way to do and write perverted stuff like that, that gives you a notion that there's more perverts out there. A man that will write that into another man's chat, whatever it is, sexually, whatever it is, right? Pay attention. This is the same nigga early in the morning for the past 7 months, right? It's past 7 months, year, 2 years, 3 years in some cases. Good morning, beautiful. Ladies, y'all know this motherfucker. Good morning, beautiful. You ain't typed this nigga back yet. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, goddess. You know what I'm saying? My mans, she don't fuck with you. She ain't hit you back yet. Listen, after the first 2-3 days, I'm leaving it alone. And you know why that is? Because when we highlight shit like this about Puff, y'all don't understand. Or shit like that fucking 20 and Pop the Balloon show, I can't stand that show. I'm going to tell you why. Because it gives this superseded idea and this presumptuousness that one is better than the other. You understand? It gives perception that one is better than the other. Once you have that, you have inanimate conflict. And conflict meets conflict. Let me give you an example. If you have women that are out here and they're under the belief system that all the men that looks like them or whatever the case may be, listen to me. You might not see it now, but the problem is you're not looking ahead 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. This is why I'm trying to get y'all on the flow up. I worked in the music business. When we did shit, I'll give you an example. Projects coming out, right? The project's not going to be dropped until, let's say at the time, 2013, May 2013, right? Let's just say that. So we start working on what's going to be the PR for it, what's the radio play slots going to look like, you know what I mean? How many rotations can they put it in? And this time, that might be dependent too. You know these things, you understand what I'm saying? From 5 or 6 times up. So what happens is, long story short, you end up getting an itinerary, this is the word I'm looking for, of what you're going to do for your launch. Now y'all need to do the same thing specifically when y'all advocating for certain shit or whatever, whatever. You always got to put in a margin, and that's what I was trying to teach y'all at the trial. I was one of the people probably took the hardest hit because I used to work for this nigga. You see what I'm saying? So I took a harder hit than anybody because before the trial even started, people knew me for that. So, and I've never been braggadocious. I've never been like, yo, fuck y'all niggas. I live out of town. I'm doing better than you. I've never been that type of person in my personal life, private life, either or. So, long story short, I live in Connecticut. So if you wonder where I live at, I live minutes outside New York City, and I lived in New York too. The point I'm getting at is here, when I see the giggles and the keys for no reason other than you see men in here that look like they just, if they ain't Gen X, a lot won't feel the vibes. Now it's not even that. I think you're putting yourself in a bubble. Then I mean, I saw somebody that was 49 years old. Killer Mike woke up the stage winning the Grammy for the first time. I don't think that has nothing to do. You know, I think that's why we in the predicament we in right now. But let me finish because it has a lot to do with that. We have raised a generation of kids that some of these kids, their first president they ever knew was Barack Obama. You understand what I'm saying? That's for one. Number two, we've raised kids that are highly sensitive. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that, oh, they always gonna be in here. It's a combination of white supremacists and another combination of this losers. You know what I mean? I go through their pages all the time, so it don't matter. But we got a generation, and they're depictive of that. They're depictive of that. Don't no grown men act like that. Y'all thinking these are young boys in here doing that stuff. This is not young boys. Some of these guys, when I go to their profile, they've been on here for 15, 13 years. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy right here, Joe Smith, right? Let's see how long you've been on here. He's been on here 10 years, got one subscriber. You see what I'm saying? They're all, that's one thing they got in common. So these are perverts. So as we sitting here and we having these conversations about SA and everything, whether it's Epstein, whether it's Diddy, whether it's whoever, what I'm trying to tell y'all is y'all looking at some of them right here on the screen. Y'all looking at some of them right here on the screen. Y'all not catching what I'm saying, right? If a nigga will write stuff like that in my chat room, they'll go into a girl's chat room. They'll go into a girl's inbox. These are the guys that will write, like under a girl's profile, they'll write something disgusting. These are potential sexual offenders. The guy that wrote the, what's the name? The guy that wrote the manifesto or whatever, before he did that school shooting this past week or the week before last now, on the first day of school with them kids. You know what I mean? Same thing. He did that here on YouTube. You understand? So when you get a whole bunch of men, and pay attention to the names. Pay attention to the names. They're all men. There's something wrong with men in America nowadays, especially when you want to come into another man's chat room and talk about dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? When we have a serious conversation, it was worse the other day when I was talking about this guy, another guy, the guy, Florida man. He's been here for 10 years, 26 subscribers. Are you following the flow here? That means you're over 25 years old. There's something wrong with these men out here. You understand? YK, are you a cuckload, Diddy? Like, dog, like none of that silly high school shit you talking to me. I'm a grown ass man, dog. I live on my own, pay my own bills. I'm Gucci. Like any of that high school stuff you talking, like, yeah, all right, cool, man. You know what I'm saying? If I make you feel good. You know what I mean? Y'all not understanding the psychology of what I'm talking about, and that's the problem. This app has got y'all so much in the loop and so caught up. It's just like the Matrix with Neo. Y'all all stuck in them cubicles, and maybe I'm Neo, or maybe I'm Metamorph, or maybe I'm Morpheus. I don't know. I'm bored. So you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, the point I'm getting at is y'all have let this app control you. TikTok is even worse. TikTok is even worse. They even got a nickname for TikTok called Beg Talk. I watched a whole video on it the other night that was like 2.5 hours long of nothing but girls on there just sitting there asking dudes for money because there was one girl. Let me show you her. Let me show you her. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me show you her. Let me show you her. You got to see her. When y'all see her, then you understand what I'm talking about. Watch this shit right here. You ain't gonna believe this. It's gonna take me a second. It's gonna take me a second. Because I meant to play it the other day and I didn't play it the other day. So I'm gonna play it today. I had this from a couple of days ago, but they're literally, yeah, there it is right there. Wait till y'all see this shit right here. Don't you ever come to my woods. Yeah, he's still in prison, bro, my friend. Hold on one second. I want y'all to see this video. This is gonna blow y'all mind. So Shorty has 6 kids, right? Some of y'all might have seen this video or whatever. She has 6 kids, and she's ended up living in a car. You understand what I'm saying? And as a result of that, and in the cut in the video, I'm gonna do it a way where y'all can't see it. He said DMX first cuz. I'm gonna do it a way. Yo, y'all do a DMX movie. I need to be in there. That's a fact. Guys, we got over 530 people in here. Make sure y'all hit the cash app. Excuse me, make sure y'all hit the like button. Let me play this for y'all. Let y'all see this.
So yes, I am pregnant. Pregnant with my 6th child. This is gonna be my 4th baby daddy. Yes, it's true. It's true. Yes, I am homeless. I'm homeless. I'm living out of my car. I'm living out of hotels. I'm living from pillar to post, okay? I have no job. Yes, I have no job, okay? We listen and we don't judge. I have no job. I'm 35 years old, living out of my car, pregnant, not with the baby daddy, by myself. Could life get any worse? Possibly. I mean, I could step out tomorrow and get hit by a car. And then we're in the hospital. Shit, that would not be good. So the next time somebody comes to my comments asking me questions, refer back to this video. Yes, I know I'm old as okay?
Yes.
Got a hell of a lot of kids. I'm homeless. And I'm broke. But guess what? I'm still alive and I'm living and I'm grateful and I can see and I can hear.
Now she right about that. We don't want her life taken away from her.
I'm living and I'm healthy. I have my health. So yes, it's hard. My life's a mess. But the great thing about being at the bottom is the only way is up, huh?
I can't make this up. I'm gonna play this for y'all one more time just in case you missed it.
Yes, I am pregnant. Pregnant with my 6th child. This is gonna be my 4th baby daddy. Yes, it's true. It's true. Yes, I am homeless. I'm homeless. I'm living out of my car. I'm living out of hotels. I'm living from pillar to post, okay? I have no job. Yes, I have no job, okay? We listen and we don't judge. I have no job. I'm 35 years old, living out of my car, pregnant, not with the baby daddy, by myself. Could life get any worse? Possibly. I mean, I could step out tomorrow and get hit by a car. And then we're in the hospital. Shit, that would not be good. So the next time somebody comes to my comments asking me questions, refer back to this video. Yes, I know I'm old as okay? Got a hell of a lot of kids. I'm homeless. And I'm broke. But guess what? I'm still alive and I'm living.
That's right, sweetie. You're still alive. We don't want to see nothing happen to her. I saw somebody right in there. They said, a random girl. I'm not gonna put her out there or whatever, because some of y'all simps, y'all go over there and donate to her. But listen, right? I saw somebody right in there. They said, how would this be a prank video? No, it's not a prank video. Her whole feed is like that. And you can't see it in there. That's why I did it the way I did it. But she's got a cash app involved in there, all that. And niggas just sending her money. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to get her right. Even though she got 6 kids and she pregnant. And she just one of thousands. Black, white, polka dot, whatever. White folks be forgetting. They had a show called 16 and Pregnant that was on for a minute. But on TikTok, the premise of my conversation is on TikTok there. Somebody wrote in there earlier about the TikTok and how that was going. To be quite honest with you, that's the flow over there. Chicks over there asking for money and they getting it. If they ain't getting the money, at the very least, they following them over to their what do you call it their OnlyFans or fans leads or whatever. It's a strict game with this, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Here comes some other dude in here. You understand what I mean? How long you been here, Patrick? You've been here for 11 years. I told you, all of them got something in common. They all been here for years. So, Patrick, that means you about 30, huh? So, Patrick, you ain't got nothing better to do to come in here and write sexual stuff in people's chat rooms? That's crazy. Patrick, Patrick, how many times you write dirty stuff like that to girls? Huh, Patrick? Patrick's a pervert, you know? He likes Epstein. Okay, bye, Patrick. Glad you stopped by. I love when they show up. My point is, girls like that are so fluid on social media. Nobody ever calls them out. What you'll have instead is girls that support girls like that, like the one I just showed you. They'll jump online, they'll support shit like that. Girlfriend, at baby 2, you should have got yourself introduced to motherfucking what's in their birth control. That's for one. You understand? At year baby 2, you should have introduced yourself to birth control. And that's the problem. We learn about birth control and all these things in 5th and 6th grade. You understand what I'm saying? Like literally, I don't know where y'all went to school at, but we do. And there's a litany of these girls. They all got the same story. See, Trump done cut off some of these chicks that have been career veterans. You know what I'm saying? Or state assistants, things like that. Career veterans. I don't know if y'all saw it, but that's what he did. And so he cut down a lot of women, black, white, polka dot, all. And y'all don't pay attention to a lot of shit that's been happening to women this past year. It's been 318,000 black women, for example, that lost their jobs last month alone. But these are the same batches of broads are sitting out here talking about, I ain't going 50-50. Bitch, what choice you got? What choice you got? You about to get evicted next month with them babies, and you're going to be just like that bitch I just showed you in car. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be just like that bitch I showed you in car. I'm trying to tell you. It's like a crystal ball. I'm trying to tell you right now. Some of y'all going to feel like that bitch in that car. You understand what I'm saying? You know, that bitch ain't car. Be like, wake up, kids, at 7:30. We gonna get this sippy cup and a McDonald's sandwich y'all can split. What chick has 6 kids and is literally y'all would consider being somebody that's responsible? You understand what I'm saying? But yet and still, we will hold up an elk, and I'm trying to tell you, within the next 2 months, somebody's going to feel sorry enough for her that they're going to turn around, sip a cup of Pepsi, you wildin'. They're going to feel sorry for her. And with them 6 kids, they're going to invite that 6th kid still pregnant right now with no baby daddy into a house, into their home or into their program or whatever. And they're going to be like, how can we help you out? What can we do for you? What man took advantage of you? 6 times with 4 baby daddies? The man is taking advantage of her? No, shorty, your intuition, your bad judgment is taking advantage of you. This is a thotty. Y'all don't get it? See, listen, I'm circumnavigating and back around to everything and why Puff's locked up and everything like that. Some of these women, and I come from these times, early 2000s or whatever, when we was floating through speed, when we was floating through the tunnel, we was floating through all them bars that was owned and clubs that was owned by Peter Gatien, Speed, Exit, all that shit. They had co-ed bathrooms at the time. Anybody from New York and you older than 35, 40, you know what I'm talking about. They had co-ed bathrooms. And this was all courtesy of a man from Canada who they later on deported. He was the owner of the Tunnel, one of the most legendary clubs in New York City, over by the West Side Highway over there, I believe. Anyway, long story, or 10th. But anyway, long story short, that would have been 11th or 12th over there. It's not all self-destruction. It's what you choose. It's what you choose. It's what you choose. And see, what I mean is, these women, a lot of these women make the self-sacrifice of their vanity, with their vanity, to make the decisions they make. And just like that girl, you just heard her, she's in a car, and she's pregnant, and she's homeless, and she already got 6 kids. I did the video like that because you can't see this. 2 of the kids sitting in the back seat. I ain't want the babies to be seen. You already know the tunnel. You already know what I'm talking about. So like you know what I mean? I got kicked out the tunnel. True story. You know what I'm saying? To a Black Ross performance. You know, but Bentley said, I don't know. I don't go back that far. They aren't trying to self-destruct, but they just make stupid choices. Yeah, they make stupid choices. And the reason they make stupid choices, if you come from 14, 15-year-old mothers, or you come from mothers that let you do whatever you wanted to do, because in a lot of these situations, these girls are coming from single mothers too. I often point out the boys that come from single mothers, because y'all come up in here acting sweeter than a motherfucking stack of sugar. But I got to point out the girls too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of these women resent men because their mama resented the men. You understand what I'm saying? That was in their life. It's a circle. You think that girl, she's got some boys in the mix of them 6 kids. You understand what I'm saying? Now, we're going to send you back to Ireland. How about that? We'll send you back to Ireland. I see your last name. We'll send you back to Ireland. I used to travel from Detroit and Charlotte to go to the tunnel. That's what's up, man. Yeah, the tunnel was a what's the name? We got some other guy in here called Good Time Fisherman. Good Time Fisherman. you sound like somebody like Jeepers Creepers. Another one in here commenting on a man. Boy, y'all boys better. I'm trying to tell you, sweeter than sugar. Anyways, for me to circumnavigate this story back into that, what I'm saying is a lot of these girls, they make these mistakes and they make these choices by themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So when they make these choices by themselves, sometimes we got to do the same thing like they be trying to talk about with the men. We got to let them handle it by themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like the days of Captain Save a Hoe is over. The days of good stepdaddy is over because these guys are scared now. They've seen what's going on with Diddy. And in that situation, it's very different from Weinstein or Epstein or whatever. Because Epstein was literally taking Virgin. You understand what I'm saying? We're openly saying to the women, if you do this, this is what you're going to get, and just not delivering 20% of the time. That's really what got him in trouble. That 20% of the time he didn't deliver. Because there's a whole bunch of women that's in Hollywood right now that got a career right now off of Harvey Weinstein. And you know what I'm saying? Slide over here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Over here in the office. Voluntarily. Then there's the girls, because of the girls that did it voluntarily, that Harvey Weinstein made the mistake and started thinking he could do it by force. He was guaranteed it. See, that's a complex of a man that likes to be in control. See what I'm saying here? Epstein was the same way. There was no way of breaking his control. You understand? Now, with Diddy, he gave a choice. That's what y'all missing. See, Cassie always had a choice. I live here in Connecticut. Cassie's from Connecticut. Cassie always had the opportunity when she was here in New York, because many of them years she was here in New York. You understand what I'm saying? And so Cassie always had the opportunity to go back here to Connecticut. It's minutes away. I'm here. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling you this. Sometimes people's behavior patterns are a mistake. So yes, it's true. Are you related to DMX? You sound or look like him. Nah, man, that's just us up here in Tri-State, man. Ain't nothing. Now, I lived in the Bronx for a little bit. I got a lot of history with the Bronx, but it's so much history with me in the Bronx. It would take me hours to tell you. But Bronx and Harlem, those are two of my most history. Those two right there. And then you could say Queens, and then follow behind that would be Brooklyn. But Brooklyn would be more just individual friends. So I'm like a mixture of a little bit of everything. But I still be in Brooklyn. I was just in Brooklyn not too long ago, to be honest with you. We had a great time down there. So shout out to BK as always, East New York. Y'all gotta stop them shootings and shit down there. I heard what happened in the store the other day. My man's told me. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. I'm not gonna say that's how she got her career, but it could be a possibility. Free Diddy, incarcerate Cassie. That's what's up. CJ 300. CJ 300, I know you. I'm in South Africa. I relate with everything you're saying. I can pinpoint every Diddy and Harvey you can name. Why is that? I'll let you stay. Shout out to Africa. Guys, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App or the PayPal, support the channel. Make sure y'all double tap the screen and hit the like button. We got over 260 people in here. You know, the reason I brought that girl up because, like I said, it's funny that there will be a whole litany of men that will go and support her or whatever, but they'll tell you don't support men. It's very interesting conversation. I keep my conversation rated PG. I'm keeping it rated PG for right now until I feel the need to say something else. You understand what I'm saying? DMX, what up? What's going on? Until I say something else. I want to show y'all another video clip right here, and I want to move on with the conversation as well. I wanted to see what y'all thought about this Young Thug situation, man. I made a video earlier today, and I put it together because I had heard some conversations that Young Thug was having. And I wasn't none too happy about them. I thought it was weird because they caught all these conversations with him, right? They caught all these conversations with him while he was talking on the phone in the jail. And, you know, same thing, federal lockup or whatever. So I'm going to let y'all hear that. And y'all tell me what y'all think about what he said about Andre 3000. Now, I want to say this. I'm an Andre 3000 fan, right? Like, Goody Mob, all of them, I mess with it deeply. And so, I mean, almost religiously. You understand what I'm saying? And so, there ain't too many Andre 3000 verses that I'm going to tell you, all right, that's a throwaway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't going to get me to say that. There's a couple of songs like the Hey Ya era he had and all that. I wasn't into all that, but I mess with it. I was talking about me. I'm drinking and smoking. You stupid, man. Gossip is at an all-time high. Yeah, it is, man. But we don't do gossiping around here. We have conversations. You understand what I'm saying? So you got the wrong nigga. But you can stay, though. Just make sure you hit up the Cash App and hit the like button, though, if you're going to stay. He is a damn hater. Did anybody see the dude pass them on the street today and call his ass a snitch? Yeah, I mean, and you gotta be careful with that snitch shit. Like, for me, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Dudes in my tier, you gotta show me some paperwork. Like, I need to see some paperwork. Like, it was the same thing with Puff. Like, with Puff, people were sitting up there. It was like, yeah, he messed with kids and he did this. And Michael B. Jordan was at the jump offs. And Gloria Estefan, they just toasted Gloria Estefan's joint. I read that out and gave it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was just crazy to me. Impeccable Lana. What you trying to be, my boyfriend or something like that? You sweet motherfucker. Get out of my chat room. Niggas be like, I listen, real quick. If you ain't gonna hit the like button and all that, that's fine. If you gonna sit here, that's fine. But all the moist talk, niggas talking about hairlines and all this or whatever. I'm a man, boy. I'm a boy. Look at me. I'm a boy. Understand what I'm saying here? Stop writing that shit in my chat room, motherfucker. I ain't your motherfucking friend. Thank you. I'm a boy, nigga. The fuck is wrong with these niggas? It's like they went around and dusted a whole bunch of rainbow juice on these boys' breakfast cereal or some shit. All these motherfuckers in the chat room sounding the same. Ain't a woman said shit to me yet. Ain't a woman said shit to me yet. Have you noticed that? Ain't a woman said shit to me yet. This is all niggas. Y'all niggas is jealous of a nigga, huh? I hear you. Sweet, moist motherfucker. Go get your ass a lollipop and a pillow and bite that motherfucker like you're supposed to. Don't come up in this motherfucker. Anyway, Young Thug has some things to say. Not only about him, but when it comes to that snitching stuff, I'm the type of person, I gotta see some paperwork on the dude. You know what I mean? I can't be just sitting back and be like, yo, son guilty. And then, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Because, I mean, if he guilty, his man's guilty. If he guilty, Woody guilty. You know what I'm saying? They were all snitching. It was all snitching. If that's the case, they was all snitching. So I can't knock him and call him a snitch. You ain't calling Gunna a snitch. You ain't calling Woody a snitch. Y'all allow Woody to get a whole fucking career. All snitching. Is that fair? Is that fair? Y'all allowed that nigga to go on tour. You understand? All for snitching. Is that fair? So if y'all let Woody run off and get his whole lick off, you let young Gunna, whatever his name is, I don't listen to that boy music, but y'all let him get his shit off. Well, I mean, they all did it. They all took their deal. Now, from what I understand, it went down like this. One of the conversations, I'm going to post that later, it was mentioned, and somebody was telling him, yo, listen, this is the case, though. You can't call Gunna a snitch because he called Gunna a snitch. You can't call Gunna a snitch when you told your own brother to take the same deal similar to what Gunna took. You understand? So all of them was taking a plea that was less than, so they wouldn't have to serve no time, meaning you would give some admittance, whatever doctrine that you gave it under, or whatever the case may be, and everybody's supposed to come on. They come home at different times. It's almost just like the same thing with Bobby Shmurda and all of them. They come home at different times, but they coming home rapidly back to back together. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you see that much time difference between Gunna getting out and Thug getting out. It was a very short amount of time in the aspect of, you know what I mean, why the things. And if they are all snitching, then why they all mad about it? That's what I'm saying. Everybody mad about everybody snitching. And Woody and Charleston White said, I can't understand it. You got to rewrite that. A dude is looking at 40 years and he can do 5 and tells on people he ain't even like. Yeah, there you go. Wasn't like that was his man's and them he told him, you know what I'm saying? Not that makes it better. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I ain't with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess there's certain situations where it would be all right. Like if it's an accidental shooting, a child get hurt or something like that, them niggas did it. Straight up. And there shouldn't be nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody grandma gets shot, something like that, or hurt, or robbed, or whatever, it was them niggas, officer. There shouldn't be no problem with that. Nobody in the neighborhood should have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody breaking into somebody's house the other day in New York. I think it was on 59th Street. This old man, he was 70 years old. Got sucker punched in his mouth. He's still in the hospital. You understand what I'm saying? Officer was that nigga. See, those are times that shit is all right by the streets. Streets ain't gonna be worried. Now, when they all gonna ask you a question, yo, nigga, you ain't gonna do that. That was playing. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's why I stayed solid doing this whole Diddy thing, man. I had so many people coming. I lost money, dog. I lost a lot of money, like damn near $2,000 and some change. And I know that's a little money for y'all. That's a lot of money for me. On top, I got to pay bills. That was out of my savings. You won't get people to donate to me and support my channel, whatever, because of the pure simple fact I stayed solid. And that's what I mean. The temperament in today's times is a little bit different how these people think here online and offline. So when it comes to Young Thug, I just say, y'all always gonna take the deal anyway. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't, it seems like to me, y'all don't want the public to look at y'all as snitches. Y'all want to normalize snitching. And I can't normalize that shit with y'all. I'm just not with that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it with y'all. I can't do it with y'all. Who hit the cash at, man? I want to tell them thank you. Bad. I just had a man I just had a man send me a cash app request for $25 talking about for YouTube. So there's something wrong with these men on here. That was a man. Yeah, they're getting interview money now. You can get interview money for snitching. You can get interview money for telling lies on people. You can get interview money for gossiping on people. You can get interview money for a lot of things nowadays. And Woody was one of them people. So I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna play this clip for y'all. I want y'all to hear this. Y'all tell me what y'all think. All right, here we go.
The Rat King will rise again.
By the way, this is on my channel, put together by me.
You one of the biggest artists in the world. You became one of the biggest artists in the world. But you ain't helped nobody. You ain't put nobody on. Now you victims. Now you goddamn can't put out a song and go top 50. You see what I'm saying? You put a song out right now, you can't even go top 50. But you the biggest artist in the entire world at one point. But you ain't put nobody on though. You ain't did that. Ain't no nigga saying they got a career off of you. Like y'all nigga ain't helped nobody. All that rap shit don't mean that, man. In 15 years, 10, 15 years, that shit don't mean nothing.
So that's part of the game now too. You know, you got a lot of the younger guys or whatever, and I applaud a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all doing your thing. A lot of y'all got some great music. I ain't gonna take it away from y'all. But that right there is just one amongst many conversations that he was caught out having. Question I want to know, who was secretly recording all this shit? That's what I want. That's what the Young Thug need to figure out. That's the first thing. Who was secretly recording us? You know what I'm saying? And we was putting the stuff out into the public now. That's crazy to me. Now, I don't think it was all by design. I think it was all by, let's see if they play by it, and if they play by it, they do it. The easiest way to divide people is through the judicial system. It always has been to a certain degree. I mean, like, you know, the average motherfucker, right? Black, white, polka dot, or whatever. I live out here in Connecticut. The area I was at mostly in Connecticut. So Italians and Greeks. So that's all I know. And even them, they have their snitches, you know. I don't think the conversation is really about snitching more so than it is about the things that you said on that phone. Sounded crazy. You know what I mean? And that's by choice. So when you get people in desperate situations, sometimes they say desperate things. I don't think Thug been locked up that long before. You could tell. You can always tell a nigga do first bed. Niggas do their first bed. They got a certain look on their face. That's when I tell you that. They got a certain look on their face. By design. This was all by design. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't do the conspiracy theory thing. That is another thing. These people can get paid more money than I have had in a long time with going on with these podcasts. Me too. I mean, it just... A lot of people get mad at me for saying this, but they got to be said. When it comes to the black and Latin crowds, what I'm finding out, and you know, I caught another podcaster that was saying the same thing that I was saying, so maybe we just see it ahead of time or whatever, but I'll take it back to Neo and the Matrix. Once again, it's like niggas just caught up in the Matrix. Like, if there was ever a trick here, and I'm talking about white people too, if there was ever a trick here with this app or any other app, it would be this. We can get people literally, you understand what I'm saying? We can get people literally to do what we want to, and it can transcend into society based on the architecture we deliver them, and they execute based off the architecture that we gave them of how they should, how can you say it, socially conduct themselves. And I think we headed into a world, honestly and truthfully, what's going to be very similar to what they have in China right now, which is social credits, meaning that, you know, the new ID is an example of that. Yeah, there's always a puppet master, meaning that, like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, homie, you came in here to say Diddy baddie boy? Like, really, nigga? Like, come on, Sean. You's a loser too. I know you are. Hold on one second, y'all. I just want to see something. I just want to see something real quick. Let me see something real quick. You've been here for a year with 1 subscriber. You built that. Yeah, Jesus, okay. Anyway, you got a lot of these people, like that guy right there, that are caught up in the matrix on here. They think this is the real world, this orchestrated digital space. And some people, they have never ever learned how to exert themselves outside the internet. The pandemic and the time we spent in that, even though that was a moment, it wasn't enough of a moment. You understand what I'm saying? For them to be isolated by themselves and finally find out that these people that you're talking to online, a lot of these people think these people online is their friends because they ain't got nothing in real life, visibly down. And he had nobody in his back. It appeared to me, you know what I'm saying, except for his friends and things like that. Any number of top gamers on YouTube. I get what you're saying. I don't know by that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't say that up in here. Sorry, buddy. Um, yeah, especially if you look at like Joe Rogan. Yeah, I fuck with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan catches a lot of this stuff. I think that's what I need to do. I need to up the ante and start trying to get a better for me to make some money on here. And that's why I said, like, I told y'all before the get go, I'm gonna keep this short because I know how people are with me on here. A lot of people don't like me blogging in the out of Joe Rogan. Sometimes if you telling like the actual truth versus counter what people that are perceiving as the truth, it goes very different. Like I give you an example. I stay consistent with the fact when I talked about Diddy, I said, yo, I don't know Diddy to get down like that. Like if any of y'all don't know or do know, if you this is your first time here with me, I actually worked in the music business. I also covered the Diddy trial along with another fella that was just in here a few minutes ago, Otto on the Go. He also was down there covering the trial as well. You know what I'm saying? As well as a couple other people from the New York City tri-state. For some reason or another, I feel that the New York City tri-state vloggers didn't get their recognition the way that some out-of-town vloggers got their recognition. You understand what I'm saying? Which is a whole, how can I say it? A whole play within itself. And I'm gonna do a whole live about that again because that needs to be addressed. But and I think that was by design. You know what I'm saying? Like to give you an example, most of the people that's out there from the major media, they were in New York, so they could quickly identify somebody who's from New York, Jersey, or Connecticut just by our voice alone. And we're animated a lot when we talk. You know what I'm saying? They setting Diddy up just like they doing Young Thug. Your own people turn against you. They get called traitors. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. That's what it is. I mean they turned against me. I've got people that do full campaigns on their channel telling people simply don't donate to me. And like I said the whole time what Diddy was like that, I said, I don't remember Puff doing nothing like that. I don't remember him being in nothing like that. So to me, that shit sound wild. And it is brainwashing because what these guys want to do, they want to feel like they can fit in. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Ain't no greater feeling in the world than if you make a person feel like they fitting in. You understand what I'm saying? If somebody feels like they fitting in, you understand what I'm saying? If somebody feel like they fitting in, that's exactly where they want to be at. You know what I'm saying? Look at this one. Don't donate to their loser, cuz. Dog, your life is worse off than mine. I appreciate you, though, coming in here, Justin G, just like another man. You get what I'm saying? Now, if I was a chick and I was over here and I had my breasts exposed, you think he would be saying the same thing? And really what it boils down to is he's been here for 4 years and got 3 subscribers. You've been trying to get that channel popping for a while, huh? You've been trying to get that channel popping for a while. It worked out for you, did it? Didn't work out for you, did it? Diddy has been live lately, cuz. I'm not your cuz. You's a loser. Your mama don't even love you. Yeah, I told you. So they be having like little online campaigns and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. This is what you're up against here. And sooner or later, I'll be vindictive. I ain't worried about that. I'll be vindicated. But like, if you telling the truth and you right, that really burns a lot of these people in the T sector. So a lot of these people in the T sector, they got mad because consistently I've been saying the same thing. I said, nah, I don't think that's what it is. They got mad at me. With Young Thug, same thing. I stayed out of that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is. I think that's corny. You know what? I don't like people that come in with their little esoteric. Let me tell you the most dangerous people online right now. It's women and men that have the man. I like to call it the mammy rhetoric. Let me explain. The mammy rhetoric comes from the Christian church. Now, I'm not talking anything against or being anti-Christian or anything like that, because that's just ridiculous. But let me tell you how the mammy elk works here. So the mammy elk, as I like to call it, is a group and a collegion of women and men, some men that were raised by women, that don't basically get online, and what they try to do is they try to reprimand other people within the community. You understand what I'm saying? Salud la gente de la Argentina. Gracias, pero aquí, entonces sabe. Yo hablo acá, pero el morenos ahí, entonces sabe. Esa mi gente tú. But what you get is you get people that come in and like, they present themselves as if they're this authoritarian figure. That would mean that there would have to be other branches outside of ourselves to recognize you, first of all. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, like for me to take anything that you have as merit or your metric of life or whatever, it would have had to have superseded my previous life. You understand what I'm saying? Even superseded my current life, because the other night, doors, I was partying with Designer and my bad boy brothers and some people from Rockefeller Records. What was you doing? And I shared that right here on the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's in the community section right now. Hell, I'll share it again. You know what I mean? Don't get me confused, my boy. Don't get me confused. No. See, the mammy shaming tactics come in the fact of this. If it's a woman, and that's why I showed that video of that woman that had 6 kids and she was currently pregnant by 4 different men. Not she was pregnant by 4 different men, but had 4 different baby daddies. And there's going to be somebody to save her. Yet and still, if you're a man of color, you on here and you blog it, they're going to say all kinds of jokes or whatever, just based off the fact that you're a man of color. This is where it's resonating now. You understand what I'm saying? Via this app. That's why I said this app is kind of becoming poison. You understand what I'm saying? And becoming a refuge for rejects from TikTok that are now making their stint and coming over here, especially the toxic women and men that were over there. There's a special brand of African Americans and Latin Americans that are online, and their only privy is to cry, and they'll act like you're crying, but in reality they're crying. What they're crying about is they're crying, and why they want to replace everything or whatever. They know that rappers and musicians and things like this is the reason they want to break down these things down. They want to break down these industries and not understanding or realizing that these industries are already being broken down. But the fact, and they're being cashed out, most of them. But your encouragement of speeding up the breakdown is the problem. Because see, I'll give you an example. When these businesses go down or these rappers go down or whatever, also who goes down is the people they employ. And a lot of these African Americans that are so swaggy or fucking, that's why I said most of these niggas know nothing about economics. They just know how to brag. Being braggadocious and actually knowing about economics is 2 fucking different things. So what they do is they sit around and they be like, yeah, we took this person down, and they're black just like us, and and then they don't think about the 100 to 200 to 300 people that man employs, or that woman employs, for that matter. Now, if Cardi would have went down, Cardi employs a lot of people. What happens to their jobs? Now they don't have no jobs. You see what I'm saying? So what you're doing in retrospect is when you're taking down a person or whatever, be very careful, because what you're taking down is a piece of your economic lineage. You understand what I'm saying? So what I mean is, y'all talk all this shit about this, what do you call it? And it's actually not even your word. What y'all call it? Y'all all been using the same word for 10 years. It's just hard. Transitional wealth, we would call it, but y'all call it something else. I forgot what y'all call it. But anyway, who gives a shit? The point I'm getting at is, whatever they call it, y'all take that, and we call it traditional wealth, meaning traditional wealth passing means from the elders to the youth and to the other family members or whatever. They named it and coined it something else. The point I'm getting at is, you're tearing down the infrastructure of that. Some of these businesses that y'all want to start, some of these things, generational wealth, okay, whatever. We call it transitional wealth. But these people want to really get ahead. But at the same time, the industries that has the multi-millions and quickly can get you to the multi-billions and billions of dollars, y'all are trying to turn down the architects that are the heads of those shits at the fastest down alongside what most people would consider racist. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to ask yourself, how much are you really for the culture when you trying to tear down? Do you think, let me ask you a question. Do you honestly think that motherfucking it is in white people's best interest, excuse me, white folks, don't get mad at me. Do you think white folks would go and try to tear down 3 or 4 oil barons and they can avoid it? Do you think they would go and turn down and try to tear down a whole movie industry if they can avoid it? No, that's why they just went and got Harvey Weinstein and not his brother. Do you think they would destroy the whole Abercrombie and Fitch over one man that worked in Abercrombie and Fitch? No, that's why they protected it and they keeping this man silent because they don't want to destroy the economic force of it. GDP is an important thing. That's gross domestic product. And if y'all don't understand that, y'all don't understand that. So you can never be ahead because every time y'all get an economic enclave, you go to tear it down based off of one thing and one thing only. That's why I keep Puff's picture up there because of your sanctity and your dedication to tearing down your own. See, a lot of these motherfuckers that be up here and they be talking about let's tear down Puff, da 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 da, blah 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 blah, right? They hate the motherfucker they look at the mirror. And that's why you saw so many people down there at that Diddy trial that was talking about it, blah, 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 blah. As soon as they got the chance and the opportunity to hop in a white face, that's what they did. As soon as they got the opportunity, did you not notice that? As soon as they got the opportunity to jump into a white face or to a white press area or whatever, they felt like they was obliged and they was at an elk at that point. Oh my God, I feel so fulfilled now. That's all you got to do to fulfill some people. And a lot of white people know that, especially people here in Connecticut. They know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? There goes some other little boy in here talking like a little boy. Traditional because it keeps transitioning to different hands. Let me tell y'all quickly. No, transitional doesn't mean transitioning to different hands. Transitional wealth means a business. It means equity. It means stocks. It means anything that's transitional in the form of liquid or cash, presiding to either family, friends, wife, spouse, whoever. That's transitional. It can be defined as the basic term, but don't leave out the other 2 terms that's followed behind in that in Merriam-Webster's. Okay, don't do me dirty now, though. Don't do me dirty. Hell, name one rapper that has millions of dollars and lives in the hood still. Exactly. You don't know what you're talking about, do you? I know more than you do, cocksucker. I worked in the music industry. I shouldn't. Let me guess. I don't know what I'm talking about because the color of my skin, right? Is that what you mean? I don't know why I mean because yeah, I got you. Your name's Woodstock. Let's see how successful you've been. You've been here for 13 years and no subscribers, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Doesn't look like you quite set the world on fire, did you? Huh? 13 years. What have you been doing for 13 years? I've only been here for 4.5 years and I got more followers than you do. Jesus Christ. There's always those types. Nah, I don't worry about it because I have to learn how to reserve my energy nowadays because, listen, I don't make money off this no more. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's gotten to that point where these people that are coming in here because of the way YouTube is set up, it's like we can't make no money like that. Because most of these people that are coming in here are strangers. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to donate to me. And they're not going to donate to me especially because of my gender first and then my skin second. If I was a black girl, they'd give me $40,000, no problem. I found that out when I made the stupid mistake of going to get 2 new devices. I lost one of my devices and I said, yo, can y'all help me out to pay the what do you call it, the deductible? The deductible was only $279. Now one motherfucker donated a dime. They was like, no, you want your own, son. So stop thinking these people here on this little chat room shit are your friends. They're not your friends. And they only support women, especially the men. The men only support women. Black men, I'm going to say it for you one more time, they only support black women. They're lust hungry. All right? So you just got to keep that in mind. These people, they be like, yo, my brother. They're not your brother or none of that. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow. But later on, I'm going to upload a clip. And I want you to hear another man that maybe y'all might trust a little better than me say the same exact shit that I'm saying. Cash App is on the screen. That's right. They ain't going to donate a dime to me. That's why I don't stay too long no more. I just get what I need to get and get the fuck on. Yep. Ash and titties is always going to sell. You right about that. Stephen Carbad said, what's my Cash App? It's right up on the screen. Yeah, they all say that. I have at least 30 people. I ain't saying you, I have at least 30 people coming here a week. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I said, well, you know what? You can sign up for the Cash App and use my link. And if you donate $5, I'll give you the $5 right back. You know what I'm saying? Because that's. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I learned to not take this app seriously anymore. Like my point of what I had to do was over. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just we just ride this shit out. We get a couple dollars in it. We get a couple dollars in it. If not, if not. What boroughs dress to fly? Is Harlem or Brooklyn? Man, listen, it depends. Brooklyn niggas are discreet when they dress. Like you gonna see Brooklyn niggas in like basics. Like they ain't gonna get too fly. Um, Harlem niggas is flashy. You know what I'm saying? Bronx niggas is flashy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it has a referral code to it. Yeah, so you know if they want to hit, they can hit it. But I don't know. I want to say either war. They both dope in their own way. What time is it? 8:38. All right, I'm gonna stay with y'all for like 20 more minutes. I'm talking about this Cardi thing, and then I got to go. I can't sit here. Yeah, I don't be sitting here. Damn, you really went out of your way to make a motherfucker went out of their way a year ago to make a profile called Diddy, put Diddy's face in it, and then said, I love it when you screaming and scrambling. My nigga, it sound like you want to be screaming and scrambling. You made a fake profile with another man's name and wrote some other shit that you quote and felt in your heart. That's what he was saying. It sound like you wanna be in the bed with Diddy or something. Told you a lot of these boys they got a crush on Puff. That's writing in my chat room. A lot of them got a crush on Puff. They want to be up under him. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta watch them boys. Just give me one second. I'm gonna talk about this Cardi thing and then I'm gonna get up on out of here. Yeah, it be wild, man. What's going on? Why, yo, what happening? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to tell you, like, between the niggas that be coming in here talking about, yo, I'm gonna donate $50 right now with a Cash App there. Like the other nigga here, that's what I'm looking for right now. Cause he was like, I'm gonna donate 50. I had another nigga that came in here yesterday. Like it's like a high school musical, dog. Like these are grown ass men and women that been here for a while. Like 15 years, 13 years. These niggas is like 35, 40 years old doing shit like this. So you're not gonna get nowhere real ahead up here. The only time even black men start acting serious nowadays is when they're in the face of a black woman and they want to pretend like they men. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't be worried too much about that. The only way you getting donated to, because the way they setting it up nowadays, and I keep trying to tell people that. And I'm gonna talk about this Cardi shit in a second. I just want to say this so everybody understand what I'm talking about. Niggas, suck a dick backwards and go fuck your mother. We've been sitting here for an hour, and this nigga told me what I'm talking about. Now it is just black men. Black men, listen, don't tell me nothing about black men, and don't tell me. Do you see where the fuck I am? I'm black in Cuba, you stupid motherfucker. It is black men, and I'm talking about my experience with them. So you can't tell me about my experience. I hate when a motherfucker come in there and be like, yo, it's not just. Yes, it is. And stop this shit with black people. Every time somebody says something to you, you're not at fault for nothing. It's not your fault. Yes, it is, bitch. Now let me continue. So I can get the fuck out of here and go where I'm going. I gotta go get some vittles from the store and shit. Everything else. I ain't fucking with these niggas. Steve, thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Steven. I appreciate that. He 100 then. Steven 100. First and only 100 motherfucker in here tonight. All these people up in here. At one point, I had 500 people in my chat. I hate to say it, but you're right. I grew up in a black neighborhood. All my friends are black, and I didn't realize until I got in the hood. I didn't grow up in the hood. That's the whole thing. I didn't grow up in the hood. We had one or two rough places we lived at. Out of that, I always lived like pretty damn good. Even in my adult life on my own, I've always lived good. I lived by the beach. People that know me know this. You know what I'm saying? I lived in condos, shit like that, my whole entire life. So, and the place I live at now is like nothing contestant of what I used to live in, but it still looked the same. So it's like, you know what I mean? I ain't got no deck. I ain't got, the woods and the fucking ocean and shit. I mean, there's a couple things missing, but for the most part, the sizes, and that's what I was looking for. I'm tall, so I like somewhere to walk around in. You know what I mean? Sorry for the delay. I'm not. Nah, you good, bro. You know what? Let me tell you something. You a real one. Because the rest of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this corny ass nigga. Diddy party? I'm trying to tell you, a lot of these boys, they in love with Diddy. Y'all ain't peeping this shit. These niggas is in love with Diddy. If you still in here writing Diddy Party and Baby Oil, nigga, that's what's on your mind. That's what's on your mind. Boys. Y'all better peep game. I'm trying to tell you, that's what's on his mind. Boys. Most folks live in suburbia. I've lived in both. I lived not too far outside of New York City, so I done lived in both. I lived in the Bronx before I came back to New York. If that pandemic started, I would have still been in the Bronx. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a white straight. I'm a white boy straight in the ghetto, and acted same until I got out. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's trash. Yeah, I did, Steven. That's what I was talking to. I was talking to you. Thank you for that $50, man. I appreciate that. You from Jared? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Oh, don't wonder what's going on, nigga. What's going on? All right, say no more. Say no more. Say no more. We don't want niggas knowing what niggas is at. But yeah, say no more. That makes sense. That makes sense. And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be way more people from the tri-state area supporting people from the tri-state. Niggas is supporting niggas from California, Chicago, and they fucking where else financially, but they checking their own people. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Really, I do. So the boroughs got suburbs too. No, I don't live in New York, son. You don't understand. So basically, it's New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. That make up the New York City tri-state. I'm talking to Lord, or whatever his name is. If you talking about the Bronx got suburbs, or you talking about Queens got suburbs, or you talking about them few little suburb areas, I mean, like, what you talking about? Like, even down by the beach down there, by what's the fuck is that shit called? Coney Island, that hour-long ride. Like, even down there by Coney Island, like, they got projects across the street from the beach. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, literally, I swear to God, it's like a whole set of projects. And then right across the street, there's like a beach, like a real beach. You know what I'm saying? And that's down there in Staten Island. I mean, Coney Island. That's a ride, too. That's a ride. You got to put it, you got to be dedicated to that. Get you some snacks. That's, of course, it's going to take you like an hour to get down there. At least 45 on the A or something. So it's like my Vernon or Yonkers. Yeah, Vernon and Yonkers is considered the suburbs. I mean, kind of. I mean, you can get touched in Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? Rochester, you can get touched. Larchmont, you can probably get touched. You know what I'm saying? It's like these, once you get outside of, I forgot what's that part over there? Woodhaven. Once you get out of Woodhaven and all that or whatever, that's kind of like the suburbs in a way. Because over in Woodhaven and all that area, they got nice homes over there. There's some nice places in the Bronx, especially over by 241st, over by Pelham Parkway. There's some nice places over there. There's a lot of people over there. It's still Italian, Albanian, Dominican, Jamaican. There's some nice places in the Bronx to live. I will say that. If you go into Queens, though, Queens gonna be the first real, like when you got there, the Kew Gardens, and that'd be your first real taste of the suburbs outside of that. Oh, you in Bridgeport? Okay, yeah, okay, so you Fairfield County. Yeah, I live in Fairfield County. You understand? I'm talking to Penn Murray. Yeah. So you understand exactly what I'm saying. If you in Beatport, it was the same. I mean, you have a couple more minutes. Take a couple more minutes to get home than to do me, but yeah, you understand. You would have been on the same train. 5 boroughs, only Long Island is connected. Long Island is connected to motherfucking Queens. Listen. There's a part of Queens. There's a couple part of Queens. Kew Gardens, Jamaica Estates area. Then there's another area out there past Astoria, Corona. It's got nothing but houses. Queens is the most suburban area considered for New York outside of the Bronx, because people will buy houses in Yonkers. People will buy houses in Rochester. People will buy houses in who else is over there? I said Woodhaven. There's a couple little other areas over there, whatever, by the beach. There's one area over by the Bronx that's got nothing but beach, and I forgot what that area is. If y'all know what I'm talking about, right in the chat room, where the beach is and all that. I forgot what the name was on the tip of my tongue, because I've been over there. It's beautiful over there. You know what I mean? So it just depends. Nassau County, Orangeburg, you know what I mean? Newburgh, yeah, all that's New York. Okay, I'm not from New York, just getting understanding from a New Yorker. No, you good. Where you at? New York dudes hate Cali natives. I don't hate nobody from Cali. My sister live in California, see? They go, and I'm about to block your punk ass for saying that dumb shit. First of all, my sister lived in California. All right, she done lived outside of Oakland. She done lived in L.A. and she done lived in Fontana and she done lived in Modesto. I done been out in California. I got friends in California. My sister ex-boyfriend, for real, bloodline and connected in Compton. You understand what I'm saying? Her ex-boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? He was cool. Shout out to David. You know what I'm saying? And I know, you know what I mean? David ain't no joke. So, you know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of other people, hard-hitting niggas that I know in California that I know for years. No. You got it fucking up. You got it fucked up. It's a sucker type of California nigga. And sucker California niggas write shit. Like, New York dudes don't like California dudes because they do that. So when you come out to California, they try to put you under pressure. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there was California dudes here in New York. And if I wanted to put them niggas under pressure, by the time you walked out that motherfucking courtroom, trust me, my nigga, there was niggas surrounding you. You understand what I'm saying? Little did you know. You know what I mean? So I could have got a nigga or put a nigga under pressure if I wanted to, really, once you walk down the fucking street. You know what I'm saying? I was right behind a nigga one day. They didn't even know it. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is, nah, don't nobody from New York hate California dudes. I don't like suckers from whatever state you from. You understand what I'm saying? If you a sucker, you a sucker. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You a sucker, you a sucker. Yeah. Like, a lot of niggas got niggas out in California, man. Shout out to Cali. Now, I just don't like sucker niggas from California. We had a sucker here from California. This is an official, verified. Nigga, come on, man. Get your motherfucking life together, nigga. You been here for 18 years with 15 subscribers and you still writing shit like that? This is an old motherfucker. You got to be 40 something. Oh, man, you going in the archives right there. That's all right. Don't worry about it. You're going to be part of the real now. This nigga been here for 18 years. God damn, I didn't even know YouTube had been here for 18 years. That nigga had been here for 18 years. Man, I've been on the floor. I know Miami like the back of my hand. And I ain't digging no ditch with you, nigga. I'll put your ass in it, though, you bitch ass nigga. I recently subscribed to your channel for Buffalo. What's going on, Buffalo, New York? You know what I'm saying? I know that's just a whole hawk for you, huh? Oh, this nigga get. All right, let me tell y'all. This is my resident troll right here, Jersey Mike. Jersey Mike is in love with me, so he's now on his 16th profile. He always makes sure he comes back here and says something to me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a loser. I'm this, that, and the third. But this motherfucker ain't never got a profile picture. Always in here saying something. This is a certified loser motherfucker right here, Jersey Mike. Jersey Mike has been here 16 times, and I guarantee if I look at this profile, he just created this one yesterday or today. What is it? 7 minutes ago. What'd I tell you? This is a maniac motherfucker right here. And that's what they do. They come in, make fake profiles, and then get them. Like, nigga, you putting a lot of interest into that shit, ain't you? I hear you, boy. I hear you. Sorry ass motherfucker. I don't know who the fuck that. I ain't got no bitter exes like that. I listen, my last ex went right. No shit like that. My ex was civilized. You know what I'm saying? My ex was born and raised Muslim, beautiful girl. I ain't never told nothing bad about her. Hell, I miss her sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, God made it be the way God made it be. I ain't been with her in 5 years, and I've messed around with a couple chicks in between there, but they don't carry themselves like that trash. You know what I'm saying? It probably is a chick. You know what I'm saying? Or a wayward crazy nigga. Damn, I feel like you calling me out. I've been here for about 18 years. You been where about 18 years? Where? Oh, you from Orlando? Oh, okay, yeah. That's like 2 hours away from Miami. I know Orlando too. I used to stay when I went down there with my daughter's mother, her father, her father was living down there for a while, and we was in Orlando. So I know Orange Blossom Trail, OBT. If y'all know OBT, the whole strip right there is crazy. The one, it might be the one I denied. I don't know. You know what's funny? I brought up one of my exes. Since we talking about girls, I brought up one of my exes, and weird enough, I said her name, and she turned around and followed me on another app, and I was like, yo, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? My ex, she was Palestinian. You know what I mean? Which was wild to me. But yeah, she cool though. She got like 2 kids now and shit like that. But that she cool as fuck though. Yeah, I everything I said to her, I said good things to her. She still looked the same. You know what I mean? I wish you the best. I tried to talk to her and be like, hey, what's going on? What's popping? Da da da. And she was just like hesitant. Then I read some posts she had. I said, oh, you just broke up with somebody. I got it. You know what I mean? So I let her live. I ain't block her or nothing like that. I let her live. You know what I'm saying? If she want to talk to me, she'll talk to me later. But she was a good person. I won't have nothing bad to say about her. Not at all. What popular in Long Island? Why is it not considered a borough? Long Island is considered a borough. Don't let niggas tell you that. Long Island's a borough. I don't know. I ain't fighting for Long Island. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fighting for Long Island. Guys, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App. $STRINGERBELL80. Let me show y'all something here. Because I could definitely use y'all donations and all that or whatever. That is a fact. I might step off of here for a minute, y'all, because I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to be turned down a little bit. And he was just like, yo, you need to turn down a little bit because you scaring niggas. I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to scare nobody. It just be niggas be coming in here talking crazy. Like, you're not gonna talk like that to me. Like, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, because nigga, I'll shoot you. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about easy nowadays on the internet or saying wild stuff. Like, I'm dead ass serious, son. I will pop your ass. Like, if anything you ain't got, I keep telling niggas, if anything you had a second guess is that. You know what I'm saying? The first time was when I was 14. They thought I was playing too. I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Ask him. I did 2 days in juvenile for that shit. I was out alone because I don't go out bothering people. Like, if I was up here and, like, and let me explain myself. If I was up here and I was like, y'all notice I'm laid back, and this is usually my demeanor, but everybody know me too, and know I'm dumb as shit. Like the other night we left, left my brothers this is now 14 days ago, but I said the other day, so it's like 2 weeks ago now, when I was with my brothers for the designer performance, and then all of us from what's the name, whatever. You know, shout out to Rockefeller for being up in there, Rock Nation, whatever y'all want to call yourself. Shout out to Fredro Star, he was up in the building. A couple other people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. But like, even then, man, it was like that wasn't enough for these niggas, you know. Like, if you want, let me switch it up a little bit so I don't be insulting nobody. Like, I've shown people now what we make on here. I've shown people now, and I'm talking about my AdSense. My page is monetized. But last month, for example, I made $47. I know y'all don't believe that. The month before that, I showed everybody. That's what I've been doing now. Every month, I keep showing people. The month before that, I made $53. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, Eddie Murphy from Long Island. And Eddie Murphy from Brooklyn. So Eddie Murphy ain't from no Long Island, he's from Brooklyn. So it's Tracy Morgan. So y'all start to see that I'm not the only podcast to go through it, but it's a lot of podcasts to go through it. We're not making as much money as we should. And to further emphasize that, a lot of these people, they think that's funny, but they going through the same thing themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So they'll give you this illusion that they're just so well off or whatever, but unlike them, I'll speak about it. And that's the difference between locales. Up here, we talk about what the fuck is going on with us. We don't hide the shit. Yo, what's going on? Nothing, nigga. I'm hungry as fuck. You got money for a sandwich or something? I'm gonna ask you. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, yo, son, what's happening? Nothing, man. I ain't got no sugar for my motherfucking coffee. Yo, you got some sugar? We gonna ask you. You understand what I'm saying? And what I noticed is the motherfuckers that was coming here from out of state and they was vlogging. What I noticed was down at the Diddy trial, they started screaming the same shit we were screaming, and it was okay with them. Oh, well, they're from out of state and they're working hard. Bitch, I'm traveling from Connecticut to New York or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like, nobody's taking that into consideration. So it's like people have their favorites on here. They have people that they pick. They like fake personalities a lot. I don't do the fake personality YouTube voice, you know. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Tell me if y'all would like me if I came online like this. Hi, everybody. How's everybody going? Okay, great. Listen, guys, I got a story for you today, and it's a mess. It's a hot mess. And they trying to sound ghetto and articulate at the same time. Shit don't fucking work for me. You understand what I'm saying? Because behind it sound like a whole bunch of shiesty shit. So I tell people all the time, watch when you're listening to some of these goddamn podcasters, because what you'll quickly find out is a lot of them are fucking frauds. Would you say, show me what you make? I'll show you who you really are. Show me what you make, and I'll show you who. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know what you're trying to put across, but I don't know if that was an insult or you were trying to show me that you cool. Like, what you trying to do? I sound like a South Park character when you talking like that. I hear you. You sound like a dude to keep a cock in your mouth. I don't know what this nigga was talking about. Bueno, it is what it is. Mason Company. Oh, I guess he was trying to take shots. You can suck a dick, you little punk. Um, yeah, it's like every day this is what it is. No. I got what you're saying. I got what he's saying. I caught who that was. I thought it was a Nick because like it was so close to see where the guy I deleted him at. I thought he had said that too. I was like, what the fuck you mean? Because he said some fucked up shit in here. Yeah, he might have went to Roosevelt High School in Long Island, but he grew up in Brooklyn, J.E. He grew up in Brooklyn. Take a look at that again. A lot of niggas, they be born somewhere and they end up living in the... I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even fuck around on Long Island. You know what I mean? Feel me? Yeah, I don't even know who the fuck else is famous out there. Okay, but you do realize Eddie Murphy got like 5 brothers and sisters. So Charlie, for example, was like 6 years older than him or something like that. Maybe a couple years older than that. You understand what I'm saying? And then the rest of them, they were older than him too. I think Eddie is amongst the youngest. So that means he was born in Brooklyn. So that's why Vernon and what's the other one's name? Vernon, and then there was the other one. Eddie, Charlie, and then he has another brother too. I forgot. Yeah, 2 brothers. Okay, Vernon and Charlie, right? Those are his older brothers. They grew up in Brooklyn. Ain't no way in hell you can listen to motherfucking Charlie Murphy and try to tell me he ain't from Brooklyn. So I don't even know how we got into that conversation. Was something you made up and brought into? That's not the conversation we have in here. All right? No more. All right, peace, God. Peace, God. Yeah, I said we're not talking about that. See what I mean? That's a man right there doing that. I just said we're not talking about that. He wanted to continue on trying to interrupt my show. I be trying to tell you, it's not even the trolls, it just be niggas in general. That's how they get down. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, why are you in here talking about Eddie Murphy? Is anybody, did y'all hear me talking about anything about Eddie Murphy? And I try to oblige him. You know what I'm saying? I try to oblige him. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to get up off of here. I'm going to run, give me some little vittles at the store real quick, and then I'm going to come right back, and then we're going to do a late show tonight. So make sure y'all here with me. We're going to talk about a couple other things. I didn't get that much into Trump or whatever. I said yesterday, I think Trump made a mistake talking about those girls' testimony or how the press release was a mistake or a hoax. You shouldn't have said that. Don't say that shit again. Let them rock out. You heard me? Let them rock out. Anyway, guys, I will be back with you in a few minutes here. Like I said, I'm trying to make the store because store closes 10 o'clock. So y'all understand what I'm talking about. Remember? All right, and Carlton, thank you so much for that $50 donation. It's a shame nobody else wanted to donate or whatever. Yo, he said vittles. Yeah, I said vittles. Bye, Miss Isha. I appreciate you stopping through, too. Y'all make sure we just don't have cash yet. We also have PayPal and Venmo in the description box, and also leave it in the comment section after this. Y'all make sure y'all hit that up, support the channel. Pisces IC, I appreciate you. Lord 1, appreciate you. Miss Isha, thank you. Pisces IC again. Mac Price. What's going on, Mac? Oh, that's my fam right there. Mac, what's going on, baby? Ain't shit. That's one of the play cousins right there. Go back like 4 flats, man. That's my man's right there, man. For real. I didn't even see you in here, Mac. What's going on? If you still in here, say what up, boy. He must have left out. But shout out to Mac, man. That's my homie right there. I know him in real life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know he was up in here. That's crazy. Yeah, shout out to him, man. Make sure you come back, bro. You heard? Random consumer, what's going on? Damn, I feel like you calling me out. I bet. Nah, I ain't calling you. I was calling somebody else out. Miss Easton said, that's a bitter ex. Nah, I ain't got no bitter ex. Random Cosmo said, that's a stalker. It might be, bud. It might be. Random consumer. I appreciate you being here. Who is this? Jersey Mike. He said, this sorry ass black loser begging for money yet? Wow. And that's a woman that's writing that, by the way, just to let y'all know. I went to her channel. It's a woman. It's a black woman. Yeah, she's a little nutty. That's why I said I know who it was, because one of the profiles, she thought I blocked her. What I actually did, I just made it so I timed her out. So she thought she was blocked. So I went to her page. I'm talking about the one called Jersey Mike. I went to her page. It's a woman. It's a chick. I'm like, damn. That's why she's like, this black ass motherfucker. And that's the stuff she was writing here. Crazy work. Crazy work. Yeah, she wrote, this sorry black loser hates women. Now I hate women. This sorry ass black loser hates women. You know what I'm saying? I know who it is. That's the funny thing about it. I know who it is. It's this little light skinned bitch. But I'm gonna let her rock out because she got something coming her way anyway. She really don't even know it. This fool straight up LBGTQ. Some nigga named Joe. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't even know who he is. Hayseeds, Rubes. I came over here and I said my cousin was gay. I got friends that we've known in the tri-state area for years that are gay, and I'm not going to stop being friends with them just because you don't feel comfortable with it. What I would suggest to you is maybe you should try, like, it be so many niggas that be out here talking about love this, love that, they want to be accepted. I just gotta say this, love this, love that, they want to be accepted, right? But be the first motherfuckers hating on somebody, talking some hatred shit. Whether it's white women, there's chicks that don't even want to take up for the girls with the Epstein thing because they're white. I swear to God to you. Swear to God on everything. It's crazy. I talked about it yesterday. So don't watch a lot of these niggas be talking about this love, 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 and Jesus and all that, and then they say hateful shit all the time online. Block his ass bringing up that West Coast, East Coast shit. I did. I got him out of here, Miss Isha. Why the concern with this meaningless banter? Nothing you're talking about matters at all. It's just another fucking city. Go about your business accordingly. Fuck this. This is a man talking about my podcast. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, these people are like a little offy, dog. Wichita, okay, Wichita, what's going on, Penn Murray? Random Consumer, Ace Ventura. We look like twins. Said me and Puff look like twins. I don't look nothing like Puff. Y'all look at that picture. I look like Puff. Y'all look at the picture. I look like Puff. I look like Puff. I'm in the live right now. Thank y'all for showing up. I appreciate that. Niggas say I look like Puff. That shit is crazy. Hurt people try to hurt people. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Levi Stan, I appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit up the Cash App. New to this joint, I'm feeding the vibe, bro. CT, listen, what's going on, CT? You already know, man. You already know. If it's CT, Bronx, motherfucking all the boroughs of New York, but especially the Bronx, Harlem, NL, you already know Fairfield. You know it's love. All right, y'all. I got to get up off here. Like I said, I'm trying to get me some little vittles, man. I'm trying to snack, be on my fat kid shit tonight. Definitely could see X. That's what's up. They make a movie for that, man. Yo, word mother put me in that shit. You heard? Like, I know there's different points of X in his life or whatever, so whatever one I fit in, make sure y'all put me in that. We run to the store, y'all, and I'll be back. What are vittles? Like candy, ice cream, shit like that you can snack on. Fat kid run. You understand? Like, you ain't going to get no real groceries. You just going to get some vittles. You know what I mean? I'll talk to y'all in a minute. I'm going to be back live. Trust me. Talk to y'all in a minute. Thank you again, Carlton, for that donation. Oh, let me make sure of something real quick, too. Let me make sure I ain't blocked Carlton accidentally. Let me make sure of that. And guys, if you got a chance right now, make sure you hit up the Cash App and support the channel. Let me make sure I didn't block Carlton accidentally. Because I blocked that other dude. And I don't want to block Carlton. I don't want to block anybody that's supporting the channel. We want to get people out of here that are not supporting the channel. I make sure I didn't block Carlton because he actually supported the channel. And the problem is sometimes in between blocking people, I can accidentally get somebody out of here, and I don't want to do that. Where's he at? Damn, dog. I hope I didn't block him. That one dude, he was cool until he started talking about Eddie Murphy. I was like, damn, son, what you trying to trick me out of my shit or something? He just randomly started talking about Eddie Murphy was from Long Island. I was like, why are you talking about Eddie Murphy in Long Island in my chat room for, boy? I don't even know who the fuck you are. Like, he had been here before. He just started talking crazy. That's why I got rid of him the first time. Stephen. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Yeah, there he is. Stephen Cabar. All right, got you. Yeah, that's Italian. Yeah, that's Italian. Of course. Yeah. Got you. Grazie, paisano.